Hey guys, Seafar here, and welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended. As you guys saw in the opening montage, I went ahead back to the old outpost, and I finally completed it. And I gotta say, I really like the building in ARK Survival Ascended. It's gonna take a bit of a learning curve to figure a few things out, but overall, I think it's a lot better in Ascended than it was in Evolved. But today I want to do something different. I do want to do a little bit of building, but I want to do it on the Raft, because as we all remember, we did have issues with lead sicknesses, and I believe there's potentially a way to make this lead sickness resistant, and that's what I want to do today. But before we get into that, because I went back and built up the outpost, we have a total of 3 levels available. So let's go ahead, we're going to put this into wait, and wait. So we're currently at level... What level are we at? Alright, so we're at level 28 at this point, and we went ahead and put all those levels into weight. So we're looking at 320 weight. If we come down to level 28, we have access to the fireplace, we have access to stone at this point, we have access to the water jar, that's actually pretty good. Ooh, it does take 2 crystals, sweet. We'll go ahead and unlock that right now. We do have access to the pike, the crossbow. I'm not going to bother with this too much, because we are going to need a couple of building pieces in order to build up this raft. I think to start, we're going to also get a triangle foundation and maybe the stone wall. Yeah, let's do that. That should be pretty good for now overall. But let's get into it, guys. Really excited to check out this raft and everything and see what we can do with it. So first things first, of course, guys, we need to get materials. Crap. Oh my god, we barely survived that. 7 health left, Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, what happens if I walk away from the campfire? Am I gonna start... Yeah, it's 32 degrees, Jesus, okay. But guys, as we wait out this cold front here, a couple of things I do want to mention from the last episode. Huge thank you to everyone for giving me tips and all that kind of stuff with what exactly happened to the Pteranodon and why I wasn't able to track it. So, long story short, if we head over to this category, it's always on all tames, and this is why I was confused. Hey, it looks like the Styracosaurus is about to be okay. But long story short, I had to go down to tames in progress, and it would have shown up here, which, in my opinion, is a little silly, because I feel like if I have it set as all tames, that should be all tames in progress, that should be all tames across the board, period, in my opinion. But no big deal, we got it all figured out, so next time we do go for a tame, we'll check that out and see if that in fact is the trick or not. But long story short, yeah, I don't exactly know what happened to the Pteranodon, which kind of stinks. Maybe with us not having the tracker on it and us leaving the area, maybe it just despawned, maybe it went through the... Maybe overall it just went through the rock there, since we did have some water there. I'm not entirely sure. Now, another thing too, because we did gain the 2 levels in the montage between episodes, we are at level 27, like I mentioned. Sorry, level 28. We got 3 levels, and we are now at 0.5 XP. So you guys will see towards the end of this episode, towards the end of this little montage-y bit, whatever you want to call it, yeah, we're probably going to have a few levels, because we're pretty much already at a level to begin with. I'm going to turn this off at this point. I think we're okay to go back now. The cold front is done. Yeah, we're back at 51. Sweet. All right, let's go check on the Styracosaurus. In total, so far, we have... Oh, I threw it on the Styracosaurus. We have a total of 7 foundations, so we're going to get a few more, then we'll get to building, guys. All right, so first of all, got another level. We're going to go ahead again, put that into weight. We are at level 29 at this point. We're going to go ahead and start putting down these foundations. So let's see how we want to do this exactly. Okay, so it's not going to let me build on the raft if I'm actually riding the raft. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Okay, so let's jump off. Let's do this again then. There we go. Okay, so I don't know how we're going to do this exactly. I'm going to be honest, but we're going to figure it out. And the good thing is we can pick everything up, so it's not the end of the world. I'm going to bring this as far out as I can. And we're trying to keep this as center as possible here. Yeah, let's go here for now. Let's drop the foundations all the way down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now obviously with this one, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to put a foundation down on this or not. The big thing is I just want to be able to ride it. So yeah, we'll have to get a few more foundations and figure that out. But so far, easy peasy. It's been a lot easier to do. Oh my god, that took like 2 seconds. Oh, is that going to be an issue? This right here. Or is this just considered... I might want to line it up with the back instead. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, I think that covered all sides now. It did. Perfect. Okay, sweet. All right, yeah, and then the back one's going to go here. I'm hoping we'll still have access once we put down another foundation, but we'll have to see what happens. All right, let's solve the first question first. Can I extend foundations out? No, I cannot. Okay, so they have to be walls at this point. How about on the sides, just to be sure? No, we can't. Okay, good to know. Now, okay, let's put this one down and see if this allows me to. It doesn't. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, what if we do this? I guess it's not that big of a deal. Could we potentially keep this one uncovered and kind of just work walls and stuff around it? Or maybe we do a hatch frame. All right, let's go back to the drawing board a little bit here. All right, so let's try this trick. This used to be something you could do in ARK Survival Evolved. So we're going to put a thatch ceiling down. No, it won't let you. I was thinking I can attach the ceiling. Sorry, the foundation to the ceiling, but no. Okay, so it's not allowing that. That's fine. I'm pretty sure that's what you had to do in Evolve. Could be entirely wrong on that. I'm not entirely sure, but let's go ahead. Let's try it out here just to be sure. I'm pretty sure this was a thing, right? That you would put the thatch ceiling down, and then you would take your foundation, and you were able to snap the foundation underneath. But I guess that's not a thing anymore. That's a... Ooh, I just noticed. Ceilings line up with foundations now. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, cool. It's the little things, guys. It's the little things. All right, so that's not going to work. We're probably going to have to put a hatch frame down, which means we need to unlock a few things. So... let's see here. That means we need to unlock the ceilings. Where are ceilings? And we already have walls. Which means we'll probably need triangle ceilings too if I'm doing the design I kind of want to do. Okay. That's fine. All right, so I guess we're good with foundations at this point. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so let's break these foundations just so we get a little bit of stuff back. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to need you guys specifically. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yep. 3. All right, and we got another level. So now we're looking at level 30. Sweet. We'll take a look at engrams here in a little bit, but let's see if we can get the rest of this raft kind of done. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy with the raft right now. This really is just a test, honestly. I want to see if maybe doing what I'm doing, we're going to go out, we're going to take this thing for a spin in a bit, and we're going to go ahead and see if a leads can attack this thing or not. And if it can, what do we do from there to fix it? If it can't, then what do we do to just make this thing a little bit bigger and maybe make this just a base for us, potentially. All right, let's have a quick look here. So we're going to go ahead and switch this to a hatch frame, which should allow me... Why is it not letting me pick it up? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I have to angle it right there. Okay, sweet. All right, so let's do this. Let's see how far we can... You know what? We probably want to go a little bit further out into the water. We'll do this right here. Perfect. I want to see how far we can go out this way. Let's see. So if we go 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jesus. 3? Wow. Okay. And then what about this way? 1, 2. We can only go 2. Okay. Pick you up. Pick you up. Now, what about sideways? So we could go 3 sideways, but see here. Okay, so probably 2. So this is the size essentially we're looking at. Now, probably instead of 3 here, just to make it a little bit easier, we're probably going to drop this down to 2. But yeah, we're looking at a really decent raft here. Okay, sweet. All right, so for the sake of this experiment, we're going to keep this short and sweet. I don't want to put so much work into this, and then it ends up getting destroyed anyways. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to break a couple of these guys, because essentially... Ooh, wait a second. Why did it give me that as well? Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it switches it out. Okay, sounds good. Okay, let's go ahead and switch you to a hatch again. Okay, good. We're going to break you guys anyways, just because I need materials here. And all I'm essentially doing is I'm just going to cover this up, because I want to see if we could basically just get this to work. So let's make one of these. Now, the only downside is going to be doing this. It is going to basically cover everything up, so we won't really have access to it. But yeah, look at that. Yeah, the only problem is going to be actually getting up on the raft. Oh, God, okay. Getting on the raft. It's going to be a little bit interesting, but I think that kind of covers it, period. Now... let's go ahead and take this thing out for a spin. Again, we do definitely have some leads in the area. I want to see if this boat takes damage or not. And this is either going to go really well or really bad. But at least if we can get this part done, this kind of gives us an idea of what the capabilities are with the raft specifically. So let's go out to the left. We'll head towards Herbivore Island here. And we'll see what happens. Oh, no. Just kidding. I don't want to go yet. Alright guys, so test number 1 here. Everything is off of our character. I threw it on the Styracosaurus. So if this boat fails, it's no big deal. We're not essentially going to lose anything. But we have to figure out if this is essentially going to work or not. So in a nutshell, we basically covered up the entire raft at this point, including the hatch frame, including the ceiling underneath. So theoretically, we should be pretty good, but what's nice is right when we get attacked, we can look up in the left-hand corner, upper right-hand corner, and we'll see if there's a little bit of damage being taken or not. So now it's just a matter of finding a leads, which, you know, to be honest, it seems like it's been relatively easy for us in this series so far. I don't know if I want to go against an alpha yet, so we'll kind of keep that. We'll do that after if this seems to work out, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm a little worried about the hatch frame, if I'm going to be honest, because it does technically expose the raft a little bit because of the little hole. But I'm hoping that because everything else around it is completely enclosed, that we should be looking okay. But only one way to find out. I've got to test this thing. Let's see if we can find a leads, and yeah, we'll figure it out, guys. Oh, I definitely hear one. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Did this actually work? No way. No way is this actually working. All right, I'm going to stay here for a second. Just let it attack the boat. Oh, shit, it took damage. Okay, so it definitely takes damage if we stand still, but what about if we're constantly on the move? I mean, I'm not really doing anything too fancy here to kind of get away from it. I'm pretty much just going out. All right, we'll turn around. We'll go the other way. Let's see if we can find an alpha too and see if it works or not. So, standing still. Oh, it does take damage. Okay. Shoot. How is it taking damage? It's got to be from... How is it taking damage? It's got to be because of the hatch frame. All right, so the good news is, or at least it seems like, from the back, it can't actually hit it. Oh, shoot. No, I don't want to stop. Damn it. Now it can, but if we constantly stay on the move, it doesn't seem like it can actually hit the raft. We'll kind of keep going all the way back to base at this point. We'll go in a straight line, and we'll see if it can actually hit us or not, but I don't think it actually can. But yeah, I will say, definitely some good news here. We can definitely tell that the leads just can't hit the boat if I'm constantly in motion. So I think that's a pretty good test. We're going to bring this thing back to port. We're going to do a little bit of work on it. I'm just going to repair it and everything like that. And then we're going to go back out. We're going to see if we can find an alpha leads, because I do want to see if it's going to just be able to break the boat, no problem, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, or is it going to take a little bit of time? If it takes a little time, that's definitely a positive. If it doesn't, then we're kind of back to square one. But we'll have to see what happens. Let's repair the boat, and then we'll go out for another spin. All right, guys, so test number 2. We're going to try to see if we can see if this holds up against an alpha. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to happen or not. Now, we did have an alpha over here recently. This is when our first raft got pretty much destroyed, so I'm hoping to kind of pick up that one specifically again. Nope, this is just the leads that we had before. That's fine, though. We learned from the first test that pretty much as long as we just stay in motion, we're pretty good. And again, we don't have to do anything crazy, not too many maneuvers. If we just stay in a straight line, we're pretty good to go. It just seems like for some reason it can attack on the sides. It can't seem to attack basically from being behind us. So like I said, as long as we're in motion, we're looking pretty good here. Let's just hope we can find that alpha, though, honestly. That would just make things so much easier, because at least we can figure out what's going on. Is this going to work? Is it not? If it doesn't, then what do we do? And we'll figure it all out. But for right now... Oh, there we go. Oh, shit. Nope, the alpha definitely hits the boat. All right, well, that doesn't work. Let's get back to shore. Okay, well. Screw that. We're scraping meat, at least. All right, well, we learned. Alpha destroys the boat regardless. Damn it. Why is the alpha able to destroy the boat? Oh my god, it probably can destroy stone, can it? Alright, so what did we learn from these experiments? So first of all, with the raft pretty much covered in stone, it doesn't really take too much damage from a normal lead sickness. Yeah, once in a while the leads might get a hit or two on you, but overall, as long as the boat's in motion, it seems like the leads just can't hit the boat, period. So that's definitely something really good to know. Another thing we learned is, of course, the hatch frame is going to be the weak spot, so you need to protect that at all times. Like I said, with a normal lead, just stay in motion. It can't really hit you, so you're definitely good there. But maybe there's a way to kind of cover it up a little bit better. Maybe with walls, maybe with a ceiling, maybe make a little room out of the hatch frame, and maybe that'll protect it. I'm not really sure. A little more experimenting will have to be done in that department, though. Finally, the big thing that we learned, honestly, it really doesn't matter what the hell you put down, because if you get attacked by an alpha leads, it's going to destroy the boat anyways. Now, I know later in the game we do get access to the motorboat, and I can only assume that alpha leads cannot break metal. I assume that's kind of the reason why you would even go into the motorboat, because then you're pretty much safe on the open water period. I could be entirely wrong. You guys can let me know in the comments below, but it makes sense. That's why in the future you would go for the motorboat as opposed to using the raft. The raft is pretty early game and everything. Unfortunately with us, though, in our situation, these are our tames. This is all we have right now. We have a Compy and we have a Striacosaurus that is level 5. So ultimately, I do need to use the raft as my ultimate mode of transportation. So I am going to have to experiment between episodes, try to get a nice looking raft, but at the same time something that out on the open water is going to be relatively okay for us. Now, unfortunately, at our level, we don't have access to metal yet, so it is going to have to be made of stone, but I am going to be doing a little bit of experimenting and stuff to figure out how we can make the raft not only look nice, but also be fully protected against normal lead sicknesses. But guys, that is going to wrap up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, take a second, make sure to smash that like button. On top of that, if you guys are enjoying this kind of content, you're excited to see more ASA, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. But guys, that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.